So it looks to me that, in looking from the outside at the city of Bryan, it really looks like we're starting to head towards a future where, similar to the city of Austin, where the lower income, very vital workers in the community cannot even live in that community itself, and they have to live in the outlying county or rural areas or smaller town. For us, that translates to Caldwell, Hearn, those kind of things. Do you see that is the direction that Bryan is heading, and is there a need to do something about it? How can we do that?
Well, I think there is some danger in that, no question that there is. And one of the things I love about Bryan, and I love about my kids being raised in Bryan, is that it is a diverse community, and we have diversity of races, have a diversity of income levels, and a diversity of abilities in the community. I don't want a community where we're all just generically fit one category and it's at upper income levels.
Sure.
I love Bryan because it's more diverse. I think my kids are better for that. I grew up in Bay City, Texas. Okay. I don't know if you know much about Bay City.
A little bit.
But yeah, Bay City is essentially a farming community. A lot of refinery workers work there. Both of my parents, as a matter of fact, retired from Phillips Petroleum Company. They worked at a refinery. So I love those type people. Those are the real people. And I believe we have to make sure that we don't edge them out in some way. I don't really think we're in danger of doing that anytime soon, but as property taxes, not property tax so much, but just property valuations go up, it can seem like it is getting that way. But I'm not in favor of saying, hey, we're just not going to build any lower income houses or anything like that. I don't think that's the right thing to do. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to go into that. There's a lot of pushback often when you're talking about low income housing or really just multifamily, more affordable apartments. There's often a pushback from a good portion of any community, including Bryan, that, this will bring in crime or it'll do this or that could affect the overall city. It's a net loss is another argument that people will make. Where do you stand on that? Because from our perspective, supply and demand, if you have more rental properties, especially affordable ones, prices go down.
Well, and that's exactly right. You hit the nail on the head. I think private entities should be able to take care of that. If prices are high, there should be plenty of private companies that want to come in and build apartment complexes. And as more are built, the price will come down.
Right.
Now, depending on where you live, listen, if I live in I do not, by the way, but if I lived in a $500,000 house or $1 million house, I probably wouldn't want an apartment complex next to me. But in the end, the community as a whole, we have to provide for all income levels. So yes, I think we need to, let the private market do what it does and build, whatever the market will bear. But I think as more apartments are built, that price will come down. Listen, one other thing I think is a possibility as far as something the city could do to kind of help with that is perhaps creating a few neighborhoods with some relaxed standards. Mm-hmm. Maybe smaller lot sizes and things like that, just to at least give some possibility of a little lower income housing. Okay. Now, I'll tell you, I'm a builder right now, and I've just finished building 2 houses. And these cost, in fact, we have 4 houses going, 2 of them are just completed. They ended up being 20% more. Yep. And I anticipated them costing.
That's
so
correct.
Stuff isn't cheap, and there's no magic pill. I mean, it's hard to build new housing that's low income. Oh, yeah. But one thing that happens is people do build new, whether they're new houses, they build new apartments, what have you. What that does is it kind of caps the market, and the rest of the things kind of come down, and some apartments will be a little lesser expensive, a little more affordable because there's more supply.
Right.
So it's not like you build a brand new structure and that necessarily is going to be the lowest end. It's hard to build something brand new and have it still be the lowest price thing in the market. That's just not going to happen.
Right.
But as the supply increases overall, more things will show up at that lower income level and at least provide some possibilities for people that can't afford, the rents of higher priced apartments. So. Okay. But it's not an easy issue. Right. I mean, it's just not easy.